Okay. Oddly enough, I actually got a little bit more backlash than I thought I anticipated getting. I ended up having like 7 thou, but that's still good. It's in the range. Now I'm gonna show you how I do my gear compound. I put a dab in this area, even though it's like honey. Put a dab of gear oil here. And then what I do is I get in this heavy, thick paste. Ugh, what's that? And then I just dab just a little bit in there. It's kind of like if you've gone to a painting class or something. Just do that, and then that thins it out just enough so you get you can see your pattern a little bit. Now I have heard from some guys that do this more often. Don't do a whole lot of teeth. Just do a few. And then just look at your pattern. So now, even though I should be fine, this is something I'm going to double check, because there's a problem. It's easier to deal with it now. That being said, I'm not great at viewing these, but I think I have a better idea now. When I first started, I really did not know what I was looking for, but I think I understand now. So let's see. Now, just like before, I'm gonna grab a rag. Now, I'm not gonna be turning this anything without just doing this by hand. And I will tell you what I think. Now, I'm not claiming I'm an expert at this. Trying to get some resistance here in both directions. Now I'm going to tell you what I think I'm seeing. Get my little pointer. Hold on, let me grab an extra light. The adjusted the pinion depth after that last one, it was really close, but it was just a touch, I think, too deep. I removed 5 thou. Now got my backlash to 6.5 thousandths. Now I'm going to run this and see what the gear pattern looks like. It looks pretty good in my opinion, but I'm not a professional here. This is my first time. It looks almost the exact same as before. I probably should have pulled 10. And I mean, it is just a touch behind the center line. So, since I don't know, I'm gonna post this up on forum, so some guys who do know what they're doing can tell me what I'm doing wrong. Thanks. All right, so it's the next morning. If you can tell, I went ahead and I asked for some assistance on looking at this. You can see there's down in here, there's like it's a very distinct line near the root of the tooth. That's suggesting that my pinion was too deep. I was initially thinking like I was just trying to get this in the center of the tooth this way. I also need to get that line. It needs to come up a little bit, which means I need to get my pinion a little bit further away from the center line of the ring gear, so that I can so the tooth isn't pushing at the root, it's pushing, towards the center that way of the tooth. I'm going to pull another 5 thou and see what it looks like. And we'll just see. You just have to keep on doing this till everything's right. Okay, I got the 5 thou. I had a 10 thou shim in there, replaced it with a 5 thou, and that's on the pinion side. So I've got a baffle, and I've got a few shims, and those are what's pushing my pinion towards the center line of the ring gear. I removed 5 thousandths of that, and then I've got it back. Put it back on with the exact same setup I had, same backlash before, and now I'm getting about 7 thousandths backlash, which is within spec. And also I want to note, I have been doing this wrong. I have been doing this from the coast side, and now I don't know. I still feel like I was getting the same backlash, but anyway, you're supposed to go here. I am, so that's within spec. I'm gonna check the gear pattern. All right, I'm running it again, and then recheck my backlash. And when I noticed when I was gonna start taking the gear pattern, the pinion nut was loose, so that's probably why it probably was like a little forward, and that way I had just a little bit more backlash, so I tightened it up, and now I have 9 thou backlash, which is just over spec. It's over spec. If it was used gears, that'd be no big deal, but there's no reason to even take any chances when you got this much. When it's out, it's easy to work on. I ended up just adding 2 thou to this side and nothing on the other. You generally swap them, but I didn't really have the right shim set. So all this is going to do is add a little bit more preload. Should be fine. And I'm getting 7 thou. Perfect. Okay, you can see here on the drive side. Now I'm not sure. Let me see if I can get you set up. It's on a great step. If you can see, my pinion's not in the root. It's also not off of the top here. And then it's close towards the center. So that's good for the drive side. Same deal here. I'm not in the root. I've got some room at the top here. Actually, a little further off the root, but actually still, I think it's pretty good. You don't want to be anywhere in where that kind of curves up. Just got a good little space, and then I'm fairly even front to back. I've seen some stuff that even suggests that if the back is even and the front is even, that you even have the right backlash, but I don't know. This is my first set. I'm just explaining you what I think I am supposed to be seeing here. And hopefully this doesn't all explode. You know, I'm pretty happy with that, especially my first try. Well, first try. I spent multiple days on this, so I hope to goodness this is right. If you can see, on my housing, I don't have this drainage at the bottoms, so I have to cut this one. Over here, I guess I just need to cut that just so this axle has enough lubrication, vent, or whatever you want to call it. All right, we're getting ready to do a crush sleeve. I messed up the other bearing. I bent the. It's kind of hard to see, but I bent the cage part. I don't know if that's gonna be that big of a deal, but I don't want to chance it, so I went and got another one. I had one stock, so picked it on up. Now we're getting ready to do our crush sleeve. Notice it can only go one way. That's not gonna help you as much. So what this does is this spreads out those two bearings, and in this instance they actually have a little bit of preload with them. On large bearings that I'm used to messing with, you don't see clearances like this. But anyway, you got something like this slinger, and then out here on you're gonna have your seal. So I guess I should get to it. Get this bad boy installed. Stop screwing around. Now I'm still not gonna put the outer seal on yet. Norm, I'm also gonna wait to put that on. Make sure. I forgot if I had my crush sleeve on the wrong way. We'll cover this and my nut with the oil. Probably doesn't matter what kind you use. I'm just using the 80-90. I'm going to attempt the impact method. There's a lot of confusion with a lot of this stuff. But all you're trying to do is maintain a distance for your bearings. So everything on this side is not going to change. Once you have it down there and you have the right preload, you have the right distance. This isn't like a spring. This should have just been a sleeve with some shims. But it's easier to manufacture it this way, probably, is why they did it. And also, this is a dummy, this is a setup nut as well. Make sure I have some oil on those threads. I'm gonna go to my lightest setting on my gun. Nope. Now what you're doing right now, basically all the resistance right now is just getting that cone on there. I'm going to basically be eliminating this with just enough tension that it gives these bearings preload. Most of the time I see guys just hold down this pinion and then hit it with their impact gun. That way they can get a feel. Somehow I've got a bunch of nastiness in here. I guess it's from the... There we go. Feels a lot better. I mean, we're getting close. We basically have no clearance now. And that's like, nothing of preload. And now is where you get to the difficult part of actually getting these things to crush. I've certainly had trouble with them in the past. I didn't have a problem with it, but it can be difficult. Ooh. some people budge. You're gonna have two people if you're gonna do this other method. We're definitely crushing the sleeve now. If I go too far, I think I got it about right there. Man, I'm telling you, I don't like that method. But I can't do this solo. So we'll see. It might cost me a crush sleeve. I think we actually got it. It's actually just a touch low. Okay, what I do is I pick a spot and on my impact and I watch it. I may have had some contamination and not got my crush sleeve down good enough. It's really not bad though, but I don't know. Might as well do it right. Or at least try to. If it's wrong, then whatever. Don't know what to do. Ooh. We're getting somewhere now. I bet most people consider that good. I mean, heck, I don't know the accuracy of this beam style deal. That might be just a touch low, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm getting about 12 when I go in one direction. It's selling a little bit down to about 10. I don't think it hurts to go just one more hit on it. I also don't want to mess anything up. See my dilemma. I'm gonna hit it one more time. I think it's probably good, but it looks like I got a little range, so I can go a little bit higher. Spins good though, which is comforting. And like I always do, I just hit it with the impact, I watch a spot. As soon as it looks like it turns, I stop. I didn't even see that one, but I'm gonna just try it. We're too close. Yep, I like it. I'm getting 15. Now granted, I'll probably wear it in and it'll drop down to like 12, but I'm good with that. Good. I'm definitely over 10, and I'm under 20. I like it. And that had me very, very nervous. So I pull this nut off of here and pull the pinion, or not the pinion, I don't know where my joint is. Put the baffle in, and I'm gonna put my seal in, and then I'm gonna put the new nut on because this side's gonna be done. Sorry guys for having this part in the way. Whatever. Not that sorry.